Hello and welcome to this short demonstration of how to use intuitive drawing as a way of expanding your self-awareness. The purpose of this is to stimulate your intuition, make you trust what you get when you tune in, and also to access the nonverbal layers of you and realizing that there's so much information here that you can use. And through the drawing, we can communicate with these nonverbal layers of us, and we can translate it by the colors, by the symbols you create, by the forms that show up on your paper, especially since you are doing it without your analytical mind. And here are the rules. You have exactly 15 minutes to do this, and this way you bypass your analytical brain, because you simply don't have time enough to sort out how or which colors to use and where to start and all that. You just have to throw yourself right into it. And also that way you don't think about what you're doing. You're just feeling it and being it and letting it happen and letting it unfold on the paper in front of you. And hopefully you'll be enjoying it too, because that's just as big a part of being creative and accessing the nonverbal layers of you, that you do it in a high vibrant energy and that it's joyful and lovable. And there's a reason why we do make a round and just draw within that, because then you have a limited space, you don't have to fill out the whole paper, and that just makes it so easier. And it being a sphere also makes it possible for you to turn the paper, draw it from different angles, or whatever you feel like. It's a nice safe space to explore, and the result will speak to you definitely afterwards. You can put any headline into this, whichever aspect of you feel like exploring, or maybe trying to find a solution to a problem. Anything goes in this type of communication. Of course, in the beginning, you'll probably spend most of your energy on drawing and getting to know your intuitive way of communicating. But as you get more and more practice, it'll become easier for you to interpret what it is that you've been drawing, what the colors mean to you. And of course, also, you'll be more skilled at just not thinking at all and just enjoying what you're doing. And this exercise is definitely not about your drawing skills. The journey is the most important thing, because the time you spend both drawing and also the time you spend interpreting your drawing afterwards and recognizing symbols, that time is where you are being present in your nonverbal layers of yourself, and your physical being and your brain will correspond to that and become coherent with these invisible layers. So it's a win-win on many levels. This was actually quite interesting. One of the first things I did was to make 4 eyes, it seemed like. And I would interpret that as, of course, the all-seeing eye and having access to awareness. And there being 4 of them could represent one of the each corner, east, west, north, and south. Also, the way they are placed, they almost make a square. And then I made some colors around, yellow and orange and some pink. And you could translate them straight into the colors of the chakra if you feel like. I would probably say that for me, the invisible layers often show up as this peachy, fluffy, pink rose kind of sphere, so I would probably interpret it as that. And there's almost always something green and flowery around the things that I make. But you also see how the elements are represented. The heat, the water, and the ground, and the air as well, depending on if we see the middle as a waterfall or air streaming. I'm not too sure about that. But what I do found interesting is how the eyes changed appearance throughout throughout the session. Like the two in the bottom, they sort of made it into some sort of amoeba or I don't know, water creature of sorts. Um, and the big one on top turned into a red sun, and the one on the other side turned into it could be a black hole or simply just a nebulous, spacey kind of thingy. But they definitely don't show up as eyes as they did in the beginning. So, and then suddenly this floating figurine turned up as well. I don't know what that is, but it could be, I don't know. But anyway, looking at that and connecting it to my headline, which was motherhood and more awareness in that regard, does feed my subconscious brain with information, and it feeds my emotional system with information as well that my analytical brain might not interpret as anything useful. I can feel a resonance within my being, and that's actually the most important part of this. So, thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will have a go at this technique yourself. Bye for now.